Hello, Steffi here. It's time to talk real people, real lives. Today's episode is a topic. It involves approximately 11% of people in 12 months. What is it? Work bullying is today what domestic violence was 30 years ago. 11% of people, that's approximately 300,000 people a year, experience work bullying. New Zealand is the second highest rate of work bullying in the world. The age group is mostly 45 to 54-year-olds. Employees are scared to speak up. But our guest today, she experienced work bullying. What did she do about it? Did she speak up? Wait, watch and see. Very welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Thanks for coming along. I heard a little bit about your story, work bullying, and it is a huge topic, but really nobody wants to talk about it. Mm-hmm. But we have to address it more and more. When did it start for you, and when did you realize actually it is work bullying going on?
Okay, so I moved from Auckland to Tauranga in '98 and started in a new position with a private specialist centre. The specialist centre was run by a lady and her husband. Her husband was a specialist, and the workplace was pretty toxic. This person had a bit of tantrums. She was very demanding. She was very weird to work for, and over time you didn't realise it, but she was very controlling on who you spoke to, what you did, how you did things, and also bullied people by separating them from other staff and attacking them verbally. It was quite awful to watch, and I did approach her husband once and said it was unacceptable and that it was not professional. It didn't happen to me much after that, but once I did speak up about something that went on, I got ostracised and made to feel a bit of a pariah. Even though it was a small workplace, this person made it very, very toxic, and I didn't realise, but over time it affected my self-esteem. Mm-hmm. And I started isolating myself at home. Didn't go out, wasn't as social, and I'm usually quite a social person. So that was pretty awful. I stayed in the job for about 2 years, and then one day something happened. She accused me of something, and I gave my resignation, and she was horrified that it had happened, couldn't believe it, and I left. And it was interesting because as soon as I left, a whole lot of people in the community approached me and said, "I don't know how you stood it there for so long." And I thought, where were they when I needed them?
Yeah.
So I took some time out, found myself again, did a bit of work on myself, and gradually decided, okay, I need to get through this, learn from it, grow from it. And from there on, I decided after that to start working for myself.
It's amazing, honestly, having the power to step up again and start all over again. But with this job, did you, when you just started, when you had the interview, or did you had a feeling, sometimes you have to feel there's something not right?
No,
it wasn't nice.
No, everything was, they were very pleased to have me. I had skills that they needed. I must say, I had come from a very high-powered PA job as manager to the manager of Auckland healthcare department, so that was pretty high-flying, down to a $12.50 job as Tauranga could only offer. But they saw that, and I was paid well over those 2 years. It increased, and I was given more responsibility. They knew my skills, but this person just was awful to work for and made it difficult for people to work for her.
And did you actually, because you said before you spoke to her husband,
yes,
but did you actually spoke to her as well? So
she wasn't there all the time. When she was, she just came in, did a blow up and left. And I worked with more closely, having a medical background. I worked with him more closely, and usually afternoons. So when I experienced or witnessed her doing something with someone else, I said to him it was unacceptable. And things did quieten down for a short time, but not for long.
Mm-hmm. So, and did other ones speak up as well, or
No,
actually they just...
no, they were just bullied into getting on with their job and just, sort of bite the bullet.
Because normally you say, when it's bullying going on, then mental health problems, depressions, anxiety,
Absolutely.
more sick days.
Absolutely.
So could you see this with other?
No, everyone
staff
needed their
members?
work, needed the money. It was a small group of people. So, I got on great with other staff, and all the specialists who came in thought I was great. When I left, this is the ultimate in bullying. When I resigned, she said to me I wasn't allowed to tell any of the patients or any of the doctors I was leaving, and that was the sort of control she had. And when one of the doctors approached me and said, "Oh, you're leaving? Why are you leaving? Have I done something wrong?" And I just thought that was so sweet.
Yeah.
But no, it was the right thing to do to get out, and it started a whole new episode in my life, and that's when I started pursuing some personal development, and it ended up working in neuro-linguistic programming.
This is great, but as we say, for everything in life is a reason. Maybe you needed those 2 years to see, hey, no, this is actually not what I want.
Not what I want.
And then you develop more and more. You want to have your own business, so you're actually in control.
Well, I wasn't so much. It's not so much about control for me. It's about enjoying, being useful, giving back, helping others, and I've always been a support person for others, so that worked well. But when that happened, I realised I could use my experience to help other people.
This is great. And I know you do absolutely amazing work. You have lots of clients, and as you just said before, you work with quite a few. They're going through work bullying.
Absolutely.
No?
Yeah, I love seeing people who need that help and support to build their self-esteem up again, to find their way after being, PTSD happens. It's awful to watch, and to have them bloom again after such a battle or depression or ACC leave or whatever is just great. And I've had a lot of women especially come through being referred to me for that, and it's lovely that they get through this, move on, and can enjoy their lives again.
Yeah, this is the thing, and the good thing is also, good or not good, you went through this, so you speak from your own experience.
Absolutely.
And this is where you actually can relate to your customers. You had your own experience, and they can also connect with you straight away.
Absolutely.
Because they know what you're talking about it.
I know exactly what they've been through and all the implications on your self-esteem and your confidence and your ability to work and depression. So I work with people with that too. So it's all part of getting back on your feet and having a positive way forward.
And the depression is actually also a big topic.
It's huge.
It's absolutely huge, and it's really actually underestimated how many are on drugs because of depression.
Yeah,
and they're getting
the thing
younger
is, the
and
drugs,
younger as well. No?
Exactly, drugs won't work unless you also have talk therapy or some sort of help to get tools to work through and get over and move forward, because depression is just a symptom of what's happened to you.
Yeah, and those pills, they really just minimize the symptoms, but they don't solve the problem.
They don't solve the problem.
We have to talk, we have to speak up.
Yeah.
This is so important.
Agreed.
So what you're doing, I absolutely see this. So what do you think? How long does it take? So you have somebody coming in, bullied at work. How long does it take you or to see this? There is some kind of improvement, because you said before it's also a self-esteem. Your self-esteem is pushed down, and not everybody has a high self-esteem.
No.
How long does it take?
I don't see people a lot, so they'll come to see me for a first session. We'll connect, we'll work out what the issue is. I'll give them some homework to do for self-esteem. I will also work on the, getting rid of the blame game and the I should have, would have, could have done things, and generally build them up from there. They usually 2 or 3 sessions over 3 months is enough to get through, and then once they're ready, they'll know when they're ready to go back to work or change jobs or whatever they need to do to make a difference.
That's awesome. Honestly, this is so important. And like I did a little bit of research, and so 90% of women are confronted with work bullying.
Oh, absolutely. I've seen it all my work life, and you know, that doesn't include sexual harassment and all the rest. So there's a lot of ostracizing going on. There's a lot of exclusion. There's so many ways that bullying can happen, and it can be insidious. It grows, and suddenly the person doesn't know what's hit them.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't actually realize in the beginning it is some kind of bullying, and it's getting worse. They're getting sick and depressed, and they wonder why, but it's actually at work.
At work.
And you spend 40 hours a week at work.
Absolutely. And it is everywhere. There are some organisations that have more than others. Some of the bigger sort of organisations tend to have it insidiously from the top down, and it's not considered bullying. And if you ever read any of the reports through the labour courts, it's quite hard to prove bullying, and it's not legislated. So you can maybe pull out a grievance for a company, but proving that you have been bullied, unless you've documented everything through your work history, it is very hard to prove that it's actually caused any worries or concerns. So yeah, unless it's overt or something quite awful, it's a difficult one to deal with. But ACC acknowledges it, and that's cool, because it means people can actually go, right, I'm on leave, my doctor said I'm stressed, and go and get some help.
You get actually stress leave. I heard this, and that's great. It's an awesome improvement. But like you say, there are lots of people that are too scared to speak up because they need a job.
Absolutely. And but then you get to a point where you can't get out of bed, you get depressed, and working is just too stressful. And it affects your family.
Entire family now, and your relationship as well.
Absolutely.
And like you said before, with the self-esteem, we just did a video. We talked about self-esteem and with the tips, how to actually improve your self-esteem. But if your self-esteem is low, I don't know, and then you get bullied, it's
not good.
No. To get out of there.
Yeah. Perfect storm.
No, that's right. Oh my God, this is so interesting. And your work you are doing, that must be so satisfying for you to see the change, and even with little changes, but you can actually make a difference to those people's life.
Well,
they enjoy
that's why I do it, because I want to help people, even if it's one person at a time. I do, of course, that I do courses and things like that, give people tools and help them be more resilient. I think resilience is something we need in an ever-changing, world. So there's a need out there. We're not taught this stuff at school. We're not taught resilience, and people are often alone, and that's a bad recipe.
They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do, and then they feel sorry for themselves, and that's
spirals.
Yeah, absolutely. Circle that, don't know what to do, and then it is actually, when you really think about it, it's suicide. Our suicide rate
absolutely.
Here in New Zealand is skyrocket.
Absolutely.
It is a scary topic.
So if there's anything I can do to help those people, get back to their previous or better self, then that's what I work with.
This is great. It's really, I'm so happy that you came along, because I know with this COVID-19 there are so many people they lost their jobs, or they're in a job, they are bullied, but I cannot leave because I don't know can I find a new job, and the pressure is even more. So what would you say, Zoe? What helped you, and what would you tell others? They're listening, they're watching this right now, to help them to go through this?
Okay, so first of all, to realise you're not alone, and there are other people who've been through this who can help you through it, and to not see it as a weakness or a problem, but something to work on and work through, and to put some energy into yourself so that you're at your best. You can, in your workplace, if it's a large organisation, they often have sessions where you can apply for example, in the hospital system, they will give you some time to go and see a professional, and that's great. And you can sometimes choose your own professional to see. If you're on leave because you're unwell and have a doctor's certificate, etc., you can go and seek out a therapist like myself, and that's really key in your progress forward. The other thing is to seek help and support from family and friends, and then start a journey of self growth and getting over that awful incident or incidents that have created this problem in the first place. There's lots of help out there, and there's lots of access through online to find people like myself who can assist you to get back to where you want to be or move forward from it. And it shouldn't create such damage that it does. And yeah, get help. If you need to leave, you need to leave.
Yeah.
There may be, after you've got through things, you may have an opportunity to raise a grievance with the company that's created this problem for you. So there's lots of ways forward. And certainly it is all about you, and it's so important that you get help. Yeah. It's not your fault. You haven't created it. It's something that needs to be worked through. Yeah. And you can come through it really well. Better than before.
Look at you. I think you're the best walking example. But for you, there was just you went through this. You've got your own very successful business now. You help others to go through, and helping others. This is what we're trying with this videos to help others to make a difference. Yeah. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely. If you saw me after I left that job, I was a zombie. I really, sort of totally beaten up.
Yeah.
PTSD sort of, and I just didn't know where to go, so I hunkered down for a while, and then I sought help and support and growth from there. And at the time there wasn't much around, so now there is plenty.
There's plenty. Just go and ask for help now.
That's right.
Oh, thank you so much, Zoe, for sharing your story, and I know your story will make a huge difference to somebody else's life, and that's what Zoe said. Even just for one person, it can change your life. Mental health problems, it is huge. It could come from work bullying. So really ask for help. If you suffer from depression, anxiety, go out there and also speak up. Speak up. Don't bottle things in. And like Zoe said, there is lots of professionals are out there. Talk to your family, to your friends you can trust. People you can trust. And then you can make a difference to your own life and your own health, because your health is your biggest health. Now we've got it. Now your health is your biggest wealth. Now we've got it. But I tell you, this happens, this is how it like is. Hey, remember, we are on this journey together. Let's start the conversation, share your thoughts, and subscribe to our channel. Enjoy life, live in the moment, and most of all, be unstoppable. You are worth it. It's time to talk. Bye for now. See you soon.